Sick.
Take your pole, maybe the rope, and you need a bit of bed up.
Just you 3 litres, you 10 and D. Perfect.
Okay.
I'm waiting. Sorry, take one of these. Yeah, I'm taking them in.
Perfect.
Oh, hang on.
Here you go. Don't say shit. I'll hold it. Come on, you hit. I'm holding it. You hit.
Well, who's got the mallet?
Come on, she pushed in. Okay, rope.
Come on, hit it like your mother-in-law. Show it who's boss.
Ow! Keep going.
Yeah, that'll do.
Beauty.
Yep, there we go. You go over that side. Of course, they all took the...
Right now, we're putting up this tall tent.
Right on the ground, and I'll pull it out a bit, pull the poles out a bit.
This kind boy is teaching us how to do a lashing from floor. That's no wonder.
But of course we already know.
Except we sort of forgot. So he's just
We knew 2 weeks ago.
memory. Yes, right.
That's got the tension on it, this bit's just waist rope.
So he's just wrapping it around.
You're videotaping me, aren't you?
Yep.
Hello! Tied the lashing there and I'm wrapping I've tied a clove hitch there to keep the tension. I'm just wrapping the rope around here to get rid of any unwanted rope.
I don't understand on the first one when you're doing this,
Have
when
you
you
had
go under. You just come under it there.
After you do 3 of those, you try to go that way around.
We've got that tent. We've got this.
Bring the scouts along. They stuff everything up.
Look how low it is.
What happened?
It's too low.
Hey, through guys.
So you need to make sure you do a good job of both tents because you don't know which one you're going to be sleeping in.
They've got the basic tent.
Aaron,
Yeah.
and it could kill one that easily.
Use lever action against each other, right? You push that way. No, you don't have to push. You just, work together. And the force of... Hold the rope.
I'm holding the tent. Yeah, it's probably the wombats.
Hey, Gab, has the wombats got rotten on
Yo,
it?
Wang.
Has the wombats got rotten?
The
The tent's too high.
Too
We're shortening the
high.
tent.
Oh,
Oh, there we
goes.
go.
That's it.
Wonderful.
We've got the cornflakes there, but they aren't back yet from the wall.
Where's my cup of tea? Oh, good. Right on time.
Scraping the barbecue. We stayed up
And you're-
4 years.
We stayed up till 12:02. They woke us up. They were turning.
They woke us up.
No way.
Let's see. Oh, then let's do some.
One after the other. That's a boy. Yeah, we're getting better at it.
Aaron, don't we have to go get ready
That
for
one might
supper
be ready.
soon?
Yeah.
Now that's burnt.
And then me.
Spanner here. Well,
There's jam over there if you like.
up there.
Okay. We are doing our chicken dance.
Damper on a stick. So you want half a cup of flour, one of these of flour, half of that of water, but just pour your water in a little bit at a time. Okay, mix it up and then wrap it around your stick, but make it fairly thin when you put it around your stick. And when you've cooked your damper, you can come up and get some golden syrup on it if you like. A bit more. That'll do. Yeah, because you've got to be able to, yeah.
Just don't pour it all in.
There you go.
Just pour a little bit in and then mix.
Heap more.
But just a tiny drop of water.
A bit like Play-Doh.
It's really good because then you can roll it out and stretch it around your stick.
This one's a bit soggy,
like that.
needs a bit of...
Yeah, and roll it out like a long sausage and then wrap it around your stick. Yeah, you can get it now and roll it between your fingers, hands, like that. Like big long sausage. Right. Sausages now.
To make it workable.
Do I need to look back?
Yes. Do now with your hand.
Yeah.
That's it. Kill it. Go on. Stab it.
Mine's going apart.
You didn't. You just broke it.
You'll have to tell the other arcade what you've done to her bowl.
What did you do?
Broke the bowl, didn't you? Did it just now? No.
Yeah, it did. Look, it's cracked right up the side.
Take it out now. Now leave that there like that and go do your popcorn. And while you're doing this, your popcorn.
More flour, Tim.
You put some flour on your hands.
That's it. Put some flour on your hands. See how I'm doing this? Yeah, you're the guinea pigs. Go get your, wash your bowls up. Excuse me.
Not too close to the flame, it'll burn.
Yummy.
It doesn't matter what sort of an accident it is. If you come across somebody who's hurt or injured in any form or any way, you have to remember these first 5 points. D, R, A, B, C. Danger. Make sure there is absolutely no danger to yourself, because ambulance men really hate turning up and finding multiple victims. Response. Give them a bit of a shake, not too hard, not too rough, because, you know, they might be injured. They might not be asleep on the side of the footpath. See if you can get a response out of them. A, airways. Make sure their airways are clean. B, breathing. Make sure that they are breathing, because if they're not, you're going to have to start CPR. C, circulation. Make sure they've got a pulse. How do we take a pulse? Do we know how to take a pulse? Come and show me.
Where?
Anywhere.
There?
Whatever you like.
And on there.
Well, show me. No. What have you done wrong with that?
Yeah, that's right.
Why don't you use your thumb?
Because it's got a pulse.
Ah, right. If you feel hard enough, you'll find there's a bit of a furrow in there. You can push in. Feel the pulse? No. That's his elbow.
So you put the small bit at the elbow.
So that's the corner of the band, of the triangle bandage, isn't it? Right? That will always go on the elbow side. So what we'll do is, we'll slip that under his arm there like that, and put that end up around his neck, okay? Now hopefully he's going to settle his arm nicely like that, and without screaming too much. You know, these couple of like
Fold it up.
And we're going to tie this
Fold it in, around.
into a reef knot. Can you do a reef knot? Okay. Right over left, under, left, over right.
I just did it for the ambulance first aid course, and they twisted
And this
the bandage like this.
Oh, okay.
comes inside like that. Now,
Very carefully. And put this side over his shoulder here. Okay. Get this one.
wait a minute, you've gotten something.
Now we'll do it to the side so you don't rub his neck.
It doesn't have to be too tight, and then just tuck
Well, that.
We're going to do it the other way. I think I've done it for one time.
Now with a snake bite, if he's been bitten there, you need to start from up here, come right down to the wrist, and go back up again if you can. Lay down, that's the way, pretend you're dead. Tuck that hand under his neck like that. Just put your hand under the neck like that, don't move. What kind of patient are you? And all you're going to do then is just gently roll him over onto his side. He has to go, he can't resist it.
Whether he's no, put your head down. Die.
Die.
Then you have to actually physically open his mouth by sticking 2 fingers up his nose and go rip, and pulling his chin down at the same time, and actually scoop out the gunk that's inside his mouth. Now,
Some butter on it, Kate. Butter on it. There's some here without. You don't want butter on your buns? There.
And then you do a tap.
Hungry, Tim?
You want to one of them?
Yep.
Yeah, and forget about it. It's the same thing. Got it.
Oh, there. No, I'm sorry. You're all right. Yeah, you're all right.
Underneath Tim.
No. No. Try and hit that bit.
Hi.
Oh, I'm the pole hanger on her.
This pepper. Swap hammers.
Alright, keep hammering. Having fun. Watch. Right. You go round once, round twice. And back through there.
Go over the top of the rope and underneath. Right, so it's got to look like that. You go over the rope again, right, and up through there. Now it locks it into place. You see you've got 2 rings so far. Over that one at the top, and instead of coming back through there, come through that one.
Why Skinner! Oi! Get ready! Nice little cut. Keep you go over there. Aaron, you stay in the middle. Maybe I'll stay over here. Oh no, oh no! He's going, yes! Down! You got me! Ahead! Yes! Team's coming! Oh, that's a good one. It's ready!
I'm in this pack.
No, we've got Rama!
Yeah, by that.
Forward! 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 Again, it was forward!
Yucko.
Are we all having fun here?
No.
Yes.
No.
It's just like the money.
Oh, look what we got for dinner.
What is it?
Rotten potato. I forgot that they hadn't done first aid, and the first aid person came over to get them, so now they're doing first aid.
Bug juice on you, gee.
Yeah.
I didn't know the potato. Are you going to die? Let's big ones. Let's drink tree juice, which is sap.
I'm showing them how to make schnitzel.
Yeah.
Is that chicken?
No? Does it look like white to you?
What's that stuff, that white stuff there?
It's called flour. Right, next, you put it in the egg.
Oh, they're cooking the meat.
Disgusting.
We could have one of the 3 over here.
Next,
And then you put it in the crumb.
Gavin!
Who was having a shower?
hey, quick, that's Freddy's photo.
Congratulations, take a bow, Jim.
Okay, how long's it going to take to do the rest of that?
No.
Okay.
You do it like this. Out of the way.
This.
Eh? Shove it.
Oh, you watchers, here's a joke. What does zebras have that nobody else has?
What?
Baby zebras!
Have you read Broken Window by Hoover Brick?
Oh yeah, that one. I love that one. That's a good one. Okay. Let's go.
This is easier than it looks.
Yeah, schnitzel needs a fair bit of butter.
Fat. After clean all that fat off.
That's going to be all mine.
We thank you for our daily food. May scouting brains and scouting brains help us to serve the holidays. Amen. Amen.
The longer you go on, the longer you wait to eat. Okay, Scouts can go first, then they worked hard today.
Oh.
Hit it.
It's meat. He doesn't have meat, so you just have veggies.
It's a second cheerleader. We've already grabbed 2 pieces.
How the hell are you supposed to cut this with a freaking knife?
Yeah.
That's good, wasn't it?
Yeah, mate.
Follow that one
Hello.
away. That's good thinking.
Hello, bro. Hey, bro, you're on TV. Hey, bro. Bro. Yeah, bro. Yo, bro, what you doing, bro? We're on TV, bro. Oh my god. Hey, look at the
Anthony's really boring, man.
Dude, it's in the rifle range. Yeah.
In the down.
Scouts in the rifle range. Yeah.
Scouts in the rifle range.
Yeah.
Anthony in the rifle range.
Yay! Oops.
What?
Oh, hello! Customer credit card. I just ate for breakfast. Oops, I forgot to say grace. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, good. We thank you for our daily food. My scouting friend.
There is no. You're lucky because there's no more cornflakes.
Help us to serve thee all our days. Amen. Dun, 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 dun. 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 Amen. Dun, 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 dun.
So take one out.
Amen. Amen.
Are you trying to stop?
Amen.
Maybe you're my train.
Amen. 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 Amen.
Will you ever
Amen.
Get up this morning and have their breakfast while the thing's still on.
But what we're going to do is start off by making 2 triangles here, okay? And the idea is this leg of the triangle and that leg have to be the same size because they're going to be the ones that are going to stand up with the main rail running through the middle. So we'll start by getting 4 poles the same size and putting a square lashing on the top, and then another pair of poles along the bottom with square lashings on those, and then we'll put a brace up this side here like that, and if we've got a spare brace we'll put another one up from the other side, from here over to that side, and that'll hold it all up nice and stiff. And then we'll finish off with this part of the catapult here with another square lashing that sits across the middle, and we load it up with tennis balls, and the idea is to try to bomb the other guys.
And then on the outside when you're going in.
But since it's an area where it has to be fairly strong, it might be worthwhile grabbing a capsule along the rope.
Still good.
Okay.
Still a lot anyway.
Sounds like rain to me.
I can see blue sky over there.
So what we want to do is make... Let's make a cross first. Can you see the cross? See how one rope's gone over top of the other? Right? Now rope it around the back like that. Right? And just tuck it up underneath the one that's making the cross like that.
We've moved this down there.
And there's your clothage.
We can do that, can't we, Anthony?
Make a cross. Good.
Keep going. Yeah, I think we've got enough ropes here to tie 2 of these.
Well done. Very well done.
That's
all right, Aaron. You ready to fire, you guys? You're getting your own back. Hold on.
No, wait!
Fire! Fire! Quick, while their machine's broken. Watch out, Aaron. Whoa!
Get the balls!
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, we're just going orienteering. We need to go to First Big Tree and they're going to give us some lollies to munch on.
Part of your yellow cord is to take part in a 2-hour hike with compass bearings. 1 spoonful of each
and pass it around. If you run out, it means somebody else from your team or your patrol is going to miss out, so it's got to be shared evenly.
Since you've done this, work it out together. Can you wait, please? And if you take hold in your shed and someone else misses out.
Where's that?
Then I'll be a chocoholic and I won't be able to stop.
That arrow is what we're working on. The dial here turns around. Everyone dials turn around if you've got a silver type compass. Turn the dial around so that it lines up with the arrow here to, let's start off with 280 degrees. Turn the compass, doesn't matter which way, not the dial, the whole compass. Turn it so that the red indicator, or red end of the needle is pointing to north. We now are going to start our hike. The first bearing is 355 degrees.
Go way back. Oh, good.
294 degrees. Okay, so turn the dial on your compass to 294 degrees. We don't follow the needle, we follow the arrow. 310 degrees. Turn it. Which way is it?
That way.
It's that, Balu reckons it's that way. You better check your bearing.
It's that way.
That way they tell us?
That way. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, don't run. Don't run. We're about to go bush, so...
Gavin, if you don't know where you're going, you haven't done it properly. You're just following everyone else. That's the way.
There.
Yes, 265 degrees. We are going bush. We're leaving the trail.
So we're going down there.
Where's you need your compass out? Make sure you
So do you know where you're going?
Hello. What's always?
Comes in pairs, remember?
Happiness does.
Down through the creek.
Let's go. Go. Someone's gonna go in the back.
Listen back to the tent where we did our scrubbing.
Let's go!
Why did we go on that in the first place?
Is there anybody with second Big Tree compasses?
Middle again. Right, now do the other side into the middle. That's it, guys. Now over on top of itself.
The end of the camp. Well, let's hold this up. Yep.
We don't need any help. Sorry.
Oh, you need some help.
We don't need any.
Stand over there.
Back. Gavin, you got that fall out? Maybe it dried.
It's Lord the King. We thank you for our daily food, my scouting friend.
There is no, you're lucky because there's no more cornflakes.
Help us to serve thee all our days. Amen. Dun, 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 dun. 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 Amen. Dun, 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 dun.